Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. This is your July bonus reading, and we're going to jump right in here. You have this TikTok card and this fork in the road card, so clearly, as always, you have some sort of choice or decision to make. You have the Justice card, so, the Justice card basically is cause and effect, and if you're having a hard time making a decision, the Justice card says to, see what results you get from each possible choice. So, again, if you're trying to make a choice, maybe you need to kind of like weigh up the options and really look at what you want your future life to look like, and then move towards the opportunity that could, bring you closer to what your, dream life or whatever you want to call it, really actually looks like. And so I do feel there is something here about you needing to kind of like make some choices or decisions, and that's what we're going to look into here. The fork in the road card kind of says that you are at a fork in the road right now. The fork in the road card, I'm pretty sure, always recommends picking the new path. Funny enough, you have the Two of Pentacles in the area of what's on your mind. And the Two of Pentacles is kind of thinking this or that, or trying to make a decision. And the Two of Pentacles always says to me to pick the new path. So I kind of feel that this reading is starting by saying that, you could be weighing your options, making choices, but the new path might be the one that is the best path. The TikTok card says that, I think it is saying it's like time to make a choice here. You have the Justice card. So the Justice card, of course, is justice and receiving justice. The Justice card really, the person on the Justice card takes a neutral approach and looks at the choices that they're trying to make and makes the best choice based off the evidence. So I feel like I've been saying this to you all year, Aquarius, that it's really a year for you to pay attention to the evidence. This goes for all areas of life. Love, money, business, spirituality, everything. It's like, see what works, see what doesn't, and, double down on the good stuff. With the Justice card, it's the easiest way to have success with the card itself. But, in love, maybe you're trying to choose between two people, or maybe you're trying to decide if you want a person in your life. Again, I would look at your future life, like what do you want your future life to look like, and then look at the evidence. Do you think the person that you have your eye on or whatever really can provide that for you? And again, you have to be super honest with yourself with the Justice card. So that's what I would do there. Your crossing energy is the Nine of Cups. The crossing energy can help, is, the energy of what can hurt you or help you in a Celtic cross. The Nine of Cups is fulfillment. He's sitting here with these cups behind him, and he is fulfilled. I kind of feel, there's kind of like an alternative way to read the Nine of Cups, which is that he is a barkeep, and he is deciding like who to give those cups to and who not to give those cups to. So it doesn't even have to be a person. It could be your job, your career. It could be people, places, things in your life. And I kind of feel like you're in this position where you're deciding like who to give your energy to. And again, I'm not just talking about people. It could be people, places, or things that you are deciding where to give your energy to. The interesting thing is you have the Ace of Cups right here. The Ace of Cups is overflowing. And so the Ace of Cups kind of says we need to give our energy to things that also give energy back to us. The Ace of Cups never runs out of water. It can reach down into the pool of water below it and fill itself back up. So I feel for a lot of you that Justice, the Nine of Cups, it's saying make sure to give your energy to the things that give energy back to you. And I think that's really the easiest way to do this, is to pay attention, basically to pay attention to things that are working. In the area of what's on your mind, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is spinning plates and doing a lot. So you could be focusing on a lot of different things, or you could be working on a lot of different things in your life right now. It just seems to me like you have a lot going on. I don't really feel like this is bad necessarily. Again, it's like you could be busy, you could be having racing thoughts from time to time, but at the same time, I do feel like you are able to handle it right now. And there might be, it's almost like you might be kind of required to think about a lot right now. This could be because of, maybe you have a lot going on in your life. Maybe you're trying to accomplish a lot right now. It's like, I think there are a lot of milestones that you're trying to reach, and, that's what you're thinking about. And So again, it's like, wanting to accomplish a lot is not necessarily a bad thing. I would, take any moments you can to focus. I would also, if you are thinking about making a choice, I would pick the new choice, because we go Ace of Cups to the Page of Cups. This could be love or love connection that is coming in for you, but it could also just be part of your dream. The Page of Cups, he has this fish in that cup, and that fish might not exist. It might just be part of his dream. So it doesn't really matter what you're working on or what you're working towards. I think, pick the new path. In the area of your foundation, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Knight of Pentacles because it's like no movement, but I feel pretty good about this in your reading as well. I feel like you've been in the area of your foundation, that you've been making a lot of progress. I feel like you've been working towards, your goals, wishes, dreams, and all sorts of other things. So it's kind of like you have the progress under your belt, and now you're just kind of slowly and steadily moving forward and probably making more progress. We even go up to the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is hard work, putting the work in, making things happen. The Eight of Pentacles is results as well. So I kind of feel like you are starting to get results for the work that you do. In the area of your past, we're actually going to start with these. You have this Crown card. It says success and pride. You have this Teeth card. It says control and change. So the past position is the energy that you are moving past. I kind of do feel like you're not trying to necessarily control situations in your life as much. You're kind of more in this energy of allowing. I feel that when you've tried to force things to happen, you just get into the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is like having a nightmare, waking up, and being stuck in a nightmare. And so the Nine of Swords can represent a never-ending nightmare, continuing to make the same mistake, or continuing to do the same thing over and over again. So I feel for a lot of you that you actually are leaving comfort zones. He's in pain, but he's not in enough pain to make a change. He's got this blanket here. It's a comfort blanket. And so, the story of the Nine of Swords is that he's in pain, but not enough to make a change. But the good news is it's coming up in the energy of the past. So I kind of feel like you are making a change, moving away from things that are causing pain, and really focusing more on the Justice card. Excuse me. And that Justice card could represent, again, focusing on things that are working and focusing on things that have balance. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this bat spirit says a rebirth is assured. You have this owl that says you see clearly now. Yes. So I feel like you see what works and what doesn't very clearly with that owl card. I almost get this feeling from the Nine of Swords that you are gaining a lot of knowledge and wisdom from the experiences that you are going through in life. And this is also kind of where the you see clearly now is coming from. You've learned a lot, so you actually can see a lot more clearly, and this is probably creating more success or abundance in your life. Also in the very near future, you have the Ace of Cups. Clearly, if you want love, this could be a very solid connection that's coming in for you. I do feel like there's a need for you to protect your, protect connections from past people. You have the Tower in the area of your closest relationships, but intuitively, like if you're getting in something new, you might have a past person who hasn't moved on yet, and the Tower is popping into my head as you kind of like getting into a new situation and a past person who still hasn't moved on and is, causing problems. So, do what you got to do. Block, move on, do something with this person, because again, I kind of feel like maybe some of you have a little bit of an attachment. So especially if you're attracting a new person, I would also pay attention to flow in general. And I feel like I've said this to you like 10 times over the past few readings, that there's something in your reading about getting into the flow, and I'm pretty sure it's you. I could be wrong. It might be Taurus, but I'm pretty sure it's you that I say it to. I don't actually know. Someone will correct me in the comments, but what I would say is that I would pay attention to things that are working and things that aren't working, and make sure that you're inviting more flow into your life. The Ace of Cups is that overflowing energy, not really having to stress yourself out and all that other good stuff. Over the next few months, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be an admirer. Definitely could be a person coming in for you. I do feel it's a new person. Like I said, I feel like past person won't be too happy about it, but too bad, so sad is what I would say there. The Page of Cups could also be your dream. Like I said, he's got that fish in his cup. If you have a big goal, wish, dream, something that you want to accomplish, I would really grab onto it and get started, especially before the end of the year. We have Mars going retrograde in your opposite sign. So I think that it's really important. You have that TikTok card. I would never encourage anyone to rush anything, but what I would say is I would at least take the first step, at least get started. You're going to want to get started before the end of the year, before we even get to September, really. So I would get get moving on any like ideas, projects, goals, wishes, dreams that you have. Even if it's just a tiny little step, just planting the seed is enough. And I would say plant those seeds. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Tower. The Tower is about coming back down to reality. And so I feel like you've seen some sort of reality. Again, these people have built those walls up around them too high, and they've been ignoring reality, and now they're being brought back down to reality with the Tower collapsing. And so there's some sort of reality. It's kind of funny because, again, just like, the way I read is I put myself in your shoes, the person I'm reading for, and it's like I feel like you got over something way faster than another person has gotten over something. It's like you clearly saw that something wasn't going to work, and I feel like they are delusional. And so I would be careful if you have like a past delusional person, that is still talking to you or whatever. It might be better to block and move on. It's like I'm a big believer. I don't necessarily think we should be friends with our exes. Because again, like one person, people always challenge me on this, and I always say, okay, text your ex right now that you're in your bed naked, and I guarantee you, I don't care if they live 6,000 miles away, they will teleport their ass to your house in about like 2 seconds. So again, I don't care what anyone says. One person will always have feelings. I've seen it a million billion times, and so I would be careful of that. But also, I feel like this is more specific. I feel like it's saying, again, if you're still talking to a person trying to help them emotionally, you're not really helping them emotionally because they're still talking to you and they can't get over you. So, if that story is for you, again, for some of it's not going to be for all of you, but again, maybe it's time to move on. And I kind of feel like that's what this Tower is saying. We're obviously going to clarify in a minute, but that's kind of the feeling I get there. Next, in the area of your future feelings, hard at work. I feel like you're hard at work, putting the work in, making things happen. Eight of Pentacles is my card of material, success on the horizon. So whatever you're working on, clearly you're going to be getting results as we move through the summer. The Eight of Pentacles, he's also almost done. I feel like some of you don't even realize like how much progress you have been making. And, the beautiful thing about the Eight of Pentacles is all of a sudden we look up and we see all those pentacles that are complete. And we're like, oh my God, I've gotten all this work done. I've put together so many of these things, whatever you're working on. So again, I feel like you're going to feel really accomplished throughout the summer, probably, starting now, July, and then through the rest of the summer, you're going to start seeing your accomplishments, or, it's like maybe things are you're finally getting better results. You have the Queen of Cups as your outcome. Queen of Cups is about really following your heart and really listening to your heart. She has that big cup in front of her, which is, I always say it doesn't even look like a cup. It looks like a trophy. And I feel a lot of you are kind of seeing, it's like you're really nurturing yourself. And I feel that's probably the most important thing that you could do is like, even with, don't worry about love, just focus on loving yourself, right? And I feel like that's what the Queen of Cups is saying in your reading, is that it's time for you to like nurture yourself, take care of yourself, pay attention to justice, cause and effect, all those other things. I also feel you are very intuitive at this time. And I also feel that you could be getting intuitive messages. It's kind of funny because the message I'm getting here is that like some of you could be having dreams, literally, like while you sleep, about things that you want and desire in your life, like, accomplishments, maybe love or whatever. And you might be saying to yourself like, oh, it's just a dream. But I feel like the Queen of Cups is saying, no, this is a message. So pay attention to your dreams. With the Justice card and the Nine of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is about kind of going on an adventure and being enthusiastic and excited, but also being fearless. He goes on an adventure, and he might not have everything he needs you're at this fork in the road. He might not have everything he needs for this new journey, but, the trick with the Knight of Wands is that if you just get started, everything you need will appear. So the thing is, we have to get started before the things that we need can appear. So, again, sometimes I think, as humans, we put requirements on things. We say, oh, I'll get started on this project when XYZ happens or whatever. And the Knight of Wands reminds us to just get started, because then the things we need will actually appear. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Hermit. I feel like you've been in Hermit mode for a while. And some of you are wondering if it's time, if like you've healed enough for something. This could be love. Like maybe you had to go through a healing, and it's almost like you're wondering to yourself, am I ready to open back up? I feel like the answer is yes. Same thing with everything else. I think that Hermit is just saying you've learned everything you can from climbing to the top of a mountain, and now you're ready for something new. Fork in the road. You are ready for the new path. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands, much faster progress. Love it. Love to see it. The Eight of Wands, I love because it's a card of momentum, things speeding up. It's also a card that kind of says that you are pointing in the right direction. The Eight of Wands is about aiming at something and accomplishing it, whatever it is, whether it's a goal, wish, dream, or something else. So again, I think a lot of you are in a position where you are aiming in the right direction. You're aiming at the right things. Really good. With the Nine of Swords, if I can talk today, you have the Eight of Cups. So again, like I said already, I feel like you're moving past this. The Eight of Cups would be you eclipsing things out of your life that no longer serve you, and that's what I feel like you're doing here. It's like you are eclipsing the things out of your life that get in the way or that cause problems, and you're really more focusing on things that can lead to success. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Strength card. Yeah, I feel like you've been very patiently waiting. It's almost like your patience is being rewarded here is kind of what I'm getting off of these two cards. And this could be in love as well. I feel like some of you could be getting the reward of, being single for a long time and now you're meeting a really good person. But this could be anything else. It's like maybe you've done a lot of work on yourself, and because you've done a lot of work on yourself, you're finding a lot of fulfillment with that Ace of Cups. And yeah, I think there's like a million ways that this could be appearing in your life. The Strength card, she's getting that lion to submit to her. And the lion represents like your inner voice, your inner critic, your inner demons, whatever you want to call it. And I really do feel you are kind of, getting that to submit to you. You're kind of like conquering yourself. With the Page of Cups, here you go. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, if you have an admirer or if you're dating a person, then I feel this could literally be a dream person. Ten of Pentacles is like everything you want and desire in a connection. Ten of Pentacles forms the tree of life, and it just represents everything you want and desire. So I feel that this, if this is love, it's really good. Even if it's just a dream that you have and you don't want love, like I said, this is still kind of like leaving a legacy, building up the things that you want and desire in your life and having it. The Ten of Pentacles is ultimate financial fulfillment as well. So money looks really good here. With the Tower, yes, are you kidding? You have the Page of Cups. Yes, I knew that these two were connected here, Aquarius. I feel that this is, this could also be a surprise that a person is also interested in you. So if you have your eye on a person like at work or, maybe it's one of your friends or something, I think that you will be surprised to find out that this person also is interested in you. So I would definitely go for it, especially with this energy. Again, the Tower does not have to be a bad thing. The Tower can be a pleasant surprise. So that's, this looks really, really positive for a new person. It also looks really positive for a dream that you're trying to accomplish. And again, the Tower could be other people. I do kind of see this in your astrology, Aquarius, where some of you, it's like, let's say you went to school for something and then, but you decide to go a completely different direction. That always surprises people, maybe like your parents in life. Maybe they're like, oh my God, we paid all this money for you to go to school for, whatever you went to school for, but now you're wanting to do something different with your life, but it's your life. It's not their life. So you have to do what's right for you. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. I definitely see you creating a lot of financial security in your life with this energy. So there's probably a lot of financial stability and security here. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups. So everything I just said, nurture yourself, follow your heart, take care of your heart, take care of what your heart is telling you to do at this time, and you will be very successful. So there you go. Let's see. You have this Owl card, which you have two owls now. It says good advice from a wise person. Yeah, if you're trying to do something, or if you are at a crossroads and you're not sure what to do, then there could be a person or a group of people that have really good ideas that could really help you make better decisions or could help you move in new directions. And I would pay attention to that. You also have this advice from a friend card. So basically the same thing. And I feel that there could be like a friend or a person that is really giving you good advice. I would also pay attention to the advice you're receiving. I feel like some people give you advice that's more negative, and then I feel like there is advice that from some people that is more about growth. It's like, to me, I think that sometimes friends, family members, they give us advice, but it's not really good advice because they're just giving us the advice they're giving so that we don't leave them. And I don't think people necessarily do this on purpose, but At the same time, it's like, maybe someone gives you advice to not move or to not start a business. It's like really they're just trying to protect you, but really is it good advice? Probably not, because, maybe doing that thing that you're asking about could cause growth. So again, I would pay attention to where the people are coming from. People that come from fear, don't take their advice. The people that come from abundance and growth and love, those people will always give advice that is like pushing you to do better, and that's who I'd listen to here. You have this man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man. There you go. You have this key card. It says successful outcome to your problems. So again, it could be a man that's giving you advice. Doesn't have to be. Could be whatever. You have this hills card. It says obstacles to overcome. They're hills. They're not mountains. So, push past those obstacles. You have this boat. It says money, property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. A lot of windfall energy. 10 of Pentacles as well. So a lot of people this week in this group of readings, the bonus readings, have been getting these windfall cards. So there clearly could be an opportunity for people to have a windfall this summer. You're going to have to work for it, but it's there. So looks really good. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.